Now, what is a blog? A blog is like a newspaper or a magazine. So there are articles or opinions or that sort of thing. It's an information site. And then, so usually the way a blog works is you might have one contributor to a blog, or you might have multiple ones, and then the contributor posts something, and then people can comment on that posting. And a blog is usually around one concept. So I just showed you the Google blog here because they've got this, language conversion now in their Google Chrome browser, which is kind of cool. So if there's a web page that's in Spanish or another language, you can actually convert it to English, even though sometimes it doesn't make sense because of the way the verbs and you can kind of figure out what it's saying, but it's not perfect. It's not syntax. It's just a translator. So a blog is the right tool when students maybe are researching information and they're adding to information individually, and then ultimately you want them to culminate with a final blog entry or paper or project or something. So it's individual. Maybe students are performing a task and they're reflecting upon that task individually. And again, you have some summary or a project that they do at the end. Maybe they're posting their informed opinions about something, and then it culminates with a group project. Has anyone used blogs in their classrooms? There are a lot of uses, so these are just a few that I've listed. But really the thing to remember about a blog is it's individual comments. So there's no collaboration within one comment on a blog, unless it has happened prior to the posting. So before you decide if you're going to use a Blackboard blog or a blog that's outside of Blackboard, these are the things you want to ask yourself. Do you want the blog to be viewable by the world? So that's number one. Is it going to span classes? So are you going to have a blog that starts with a class or an instance of a class, and then semester after semester students might add on to that blog? Is that your purpose? Do you want input from the global community on what's posted on the blog? And if you do, then that's a good reason for it to be public. And then does the information have ongoing importance outside of the classroom? So can it benefit other people in your discipline? Can it give your students a feeling of authenticity and meaningful interaction for it to be public? So those are the questions we want to answer. So this is when we use the Blackboard blog. When the information is only relevant within the course, you don't want to share it. When the information doesn't have ongoing importance outside of the course, when it's not going to benefit by comments by the global community, or it's not appropriate for the global community to make those comments, and then when it won't span classes. So if you're just going to use it for one class, one semester, and that just recurs each time the class is offered, then the Blackboard blog is a good choice. Does that make sense?
I was thinking about using, I'm sorry, here I go breaking in again. But
No, it's really
this,
okay.
With my class, with the 120 students, and giving information, letting them post more information, maybe some quiz questions, and say the first 5 people that get it right get a point or whatever. Is that something that they can all go in and see and contribute to and everything else?
It is if you set it up that way, and that's, I was going to show you how to set it up within Blackboard. And so here I go with my sharing again. And I'll show you. You can either set it up so that they can see those things, or you can set it up so that they can't. So if we go back into Blackboard, okay. Now this, of course, is Blackboard 8, and we're going to be switching to Blackboard 9. So, I'm going to show this. Actually, I'm going to go into Blackboard 9 and show you. Because it's easier. Oh, it's coming. I heard somebody laugh. It's this summer. Okay, so let's look at legal context of real estate decision making. In order to add a blog, you just go to any of your any of your pages here, and click More, and see there's Add a Blog. So now it's waiting. Okay, and then this is where you set your preferences. So what's the name? What's the description? Should it be available yet? Because you might set it up at the beginning of the term and then wait a little while to make it available. Is it a group blog or is it a private journal? So if you do it as a private journal, they can't see each other's entries, but you can see everybody. And then, do you want to allow them to see your entries? If you give it an RSS feed, then that's going to download into their bookmarks, etc. every time there's a change made to the blog, so they get all the new updates to the blog. How are they going to be referenced when they go in? So the first name is their last name, their username, the text direction. Is it just me, or does right to left seem awkward? But okay. And then you could actually have different blogs for different groups. So actually, individual course members, I'm the only two, me and Kartik, we're the only two people who are in this course, but all of your course members could be here, and you could just click their name and actually move them over. So you really can do that.
Is there a way to save this tool?
There is, right down here, create a gradebook entry for this blog. So you can, and that's, I believe that's new in Blackboard 9.
You could actually, well, this isn't about collaboration, but you could actually use this tool for like a reading type of journal that only can grade and is not shared with the class.
Yes, you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's, I think using this as a journal is a really nice, that's, again, I think that's a new sort of twist to this. So when you set you set all of these preferences, and you've got all of these choices, and then you just click OK, and your blog is there. And so I didn't enter the information, so it's not going to let me do it. But then it's really simple. Just you see there's a add a post, etc., and it works just like any other blog would, so that you can just click, type, post. And so can your students. They can comment. So, very nice tool, very user-friendly.
If you select the journal, you scroll down, you select the private journal, then it will set one up for everybody in class. Is that what it does?
It sets up one blog that everybody can post on, but they can only see their own entries.
Oh, okay. Well, that's only okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you sort of title each entry, like a topic, or is that open?
Yes, you can ask them to title the entry by topic.
So what do you see everybody when you read But then you can have individual grading for each blog and entry. I like that.
Correct, yeah,
So it would separate it, when you hit grade, it would separate it, so you could see it, but yet you would read all, you could read all at once.
yeah,
Compare kind of answer.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of a nice, sometimes that's a nice alternative to a discussion board.